I got one for you. I got one for you soon.
Yo,
Hello?
what's up, brother?
How you doing, man? Can you hear me
You
okay?
alright? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Nice, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to jump on, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
So massive action is a lifestyle, man. You know, about taking it 1% each day, moving the needle forward, uh, not allowing our past to dictate our future.
Hell yeah. I agree all of that, bro. I agree with all of that.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started, man. I know you're into the uh, real estate wholesaling game, and you've been doing a lot of stuff with that. What else are you involved in?
Well, with my time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me everything. Tell me all the things we need to know about the game, because I know you were in the military, right?
Yeah, man. I actually did. I did 5 years in the Marine Corps, bro.
Thank you for your service, brother. Thank you for your
I
service.
appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. I ain't do much though, man. I'll be honest.
Man. I mean, that's I think it goes deeper than just committing, because like not only did you serve our country, but your family also served our country, right? Because like a lot of people would tell me that, because my dad was in the Marines, and it has an impact on the whole family, I think, in some sort of way or another.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. But yeah, bro, I'll go ahead and start from the beginning for you, bro, because I have been involved in a lot of industries. You know, real estate being my main bread and butter. You know, real estate being the one that if all other things go wrong, I know I can still live off of real estate. You know,
Yeah.
but like you said, I was in the military, bro. I was in the military for a few years. How long is your podcast usually? I don't want to go on a rant. I don't want to go on
Nah,
a rant.
man, let's go. Let's just go, man. I mean, I think the best things come, we discover the best whenever like we're flowing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm the same way on my podcast, bro. I don't have no script, nothing. It's just all energy, bro. All
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like that.
Yeah, bro. So check it out, bro. This is how I really got started in my entrepreneur journey, right? I was this was back in 2016, right? 2016. I started trading some stocks here and there, making a little bit of money. And I made I remember I made my first 10 grand. I thought I was rich, bro. Cause at the time I was only making like 30,000 a year, bro. So 10 grand, I'm like, damn, I made a third of my year's salary.
Yeah.
So I really, I always had a fascination with like parties and stuff like that. So me and my partner Levi, we ended up trying to do this big party promoting company. They completely flopped, bro. We put 10-10, we went half, 20,000 total. It was in what city are you in right now?
I'm in Texas, Corpus.
Oh, okay, Corpus Christi. Yeah. I was in San Diego at the time, right?
All right.
If you're familiar with California, so I booked a San Diego up and coming artist in Sacramento. So two completely different demographics. So the show completely flopped, bro. And so I lost 20 grand. And losing 20 grand at 20 years old, it feels like when your mom beats your ass when you're younger and you can't do anything about it. So you're just in bed, just there. You can't be mad at anybody but yourself. so I took a break from everything. And I'm like, what? I'm just gonna grind. I'm just gonna work. And at that time, right? So fast forward 2017, the year after, I go on a deployment. I end up going on a deployment, and I was living on a ship basically. So the way it works is a month you'd be on the ship, no service, no contact with the outside world, nothing like that. And then for a few days, you get off the ship, you get to have fun, the whole nine, right? So I didn't know that it was gonna be like that. I had never been on a ship before. So I didn't download music. I didn't have any books, nothing. I had to listen to the same 3 songs over and over and over again. And I'm from New York, so I'm a big Jay-Z fan, bro. Huge Jay-Z. So everybody was like, yo, what would be crazy? Because this was 2017. Jay-Z hadn't dropped the album since 2013.
Yeah.
And like, it was like jail talk. Like, yo, imagine what's happening on the outside world. Like that kind of talk. People were like, yo, imagine Jay-Z dropped the album while we were on the ship. And we're like, oh, no one really would know.
Yeah.
And we get to Australia. That was our first stop. Bro, it's crazy. The day we get to Australia, Jay-Z drops an album. Jay-Z drops 444. And so here I am walking around Australia, and I see Jay-Z's 444 Club. Like I see this right here. Hold on, let me pull it up for you. Let me pull it up for you for the audience, man. So I see this, the 444 album. Hold on, let me lower the brightness. I see the 444 album cover.
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, I see it on the building. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I go in there and I'm like, yo, y'all know Jay-Z dropped the album, right? They're like, yeah, this is his club. He was here last night when he
Oh
dropped the
shit.
album. Bro, so right? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
imagine how mind blown I am going through this. So I'm like, damn. So whatever, we end up going out, getting lit that night. But I had to be back in the ship in 2 days. So I'm like, I'm gonna be better prepared this time. So I downloaded a whole bunch of music, but I also wanted to get books. So I Googled books that Jay-Z has read. Because that's the type of person I am.
Oh shit. Yeah.
If somebody got something that I want to learn, the way they learn. So I Googled books that Jay-Z has read. And I go and the book, he said the number one book he lives his life by is this book called The Celestine Prophecy.
What is it called?
The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield or something like that.
Hold on, let me write it down. Hey, are you on a mic or what?
I'm not. Why? Is it a little blurry?
Yeah, it's a little. Let me see. Maybe it's my end.
What about now? What about now? Are they coming in better now? I just moved a little closer.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Hold on. God, can you hear me better now?
Yeah. I wonder if it's my audio over here. Let me check something really quick.
Yeah, do you think, bro?
Let's see. Try right there.
Yeah. Testing. Test.
No, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I know what I'm gonna do.
Hell yeah. I love it.
There?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. This is way
better.
Yeah, way better.
Perfect. Where was I at?
On that book, the Jay-Z's book.
Oh yeah. So it's called The Celestine Prophecy.
Celestine.
Yeah, and it basically. So I get back on the ship, right, and I'm reading this book, and this book just says that nothing in your life is a coincidence, right? Everything that happens that you think is a coincidence is actually the universe pushing you closer towards your life purpose, like what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know why, but that just hit me hard. Like I just read it at the time I was supposed to read it, right? So then, it was 2 weeks till we got to our next stop. So I finished that book. The next book I read was a real estate book, but I didn't really fully understand everything. I'll be honest with you. Like a lot of it went over my head. I didn't know what I didn't know yet.
Yeah.
So, but all I got from the book was it said that the most millionaires had been created through real estate. So in my head, I was like, damn, when I get to the next place, I'm gonna get a real estate book.
Yeah.
So here I am in the ship. A few days later, we get to we went to a different part of Australia. We went from Sydney to Melbourne. So we get to Melbourne, and it's crazy. I didn't post anything. I didn't tell anybody that I got there. I had just got off the ship, and as I'm getting off the ship, my partner Levi calls me, and first thing, I swear, I pick up the phone. First thing that comes out his mouth, he's like, "Bro, we got to get started in real estate." Just like that, bro. And I'm like mind blown because I just read a book that said nothing's a coincidence.
Yeah.
I read a real estate book, and then this dude calls me and says we got to get started in real estate. So I was so convicted at that moment. I was like, "Yo, I'll do whatever, bro. Like, just tell me what we got to do." He goes, "Oh, there's this." So long story short, right? He ends up telling me like, "Yo, there's this." Like one of those really expensive education programs, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, but they'll help us manage a property, but it's expensive. It's like 40 grand. Damn. And I'm like, had he told me that 2 weeks prior, I would have told him he was high as hell. I said, 40 grand, go to hell. But just because he caught me at the right time, I wired him 20 grand right there on the spot.
Yeah.
And I was in the position, at the time where I saved up money because I was on a ship,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
boom, wired him money. Fast forward, this was about, I think September. It was September 2017. By November, not only did we have a flip done, he managed it while I was overseas.
Yeah.
He did a flip, but then we also bought a rental property using a VA loan with built-in equity, and it was all, man, it was all from there.
Nice.
It took running.
Did on the VA loan, did y'all can you partner on a VA loan?
You can actually, yeah.
Oh no shit, you can. How do you do that? How do you partner on a VA loan? Because I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you got to get with a lender that would do it. I went through somebody in San Diego at the time. His name is Robert Fonzo. Because like if you ask any of these, you have to get creative. It has to be a creative
Yeah.
lender. That's why I go through the private lenders. Like you wouldn't be able to do anything like that with USAA or Navy Federal or anybody
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, nice. That's good to know, man. Because I asked a realtor a while back because I was thinking about, man, if I partner with someone that can get a VA loan, shit, we could probably find some pretty nice deals on use those terms. Try to get the deals with lower down payment and probably better interest rates.
Yeah, the VA loan, the thing about the VA loan technically though is like the wording is that it's for someone's personal residence.
Yeah.
That's like the wording behind it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So moving forward, like what's perspired now? Like where y'all at right now? Are you independent or you work with someone else?
Levi's still my partner to this day.
Oh,
We've
nice.
done multiple ventures together as well. So, from there, we started off fixing and flipping. So all of the end of 2017 through about the end of 2018, till about, I think September, October
Yeah, yeah.
2018, we were just flipping in Detroit, bro. We did all
Okay.
together. I think it was like 14 successful flips with one
Damn.
flop,
Yeah, yeah.
all in
Wow, man.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
All in
How
Detroit.
how is that? How is that Detroit's market? How is it the market over there in Detroit?
It's, you know what, man? Oh man, it's like it's very cheap. You can
Yeah.
make money, but the problem is this: it's hard to find good people to manage things over there.
Yeah. That's what you're
That
saying.
was that was the biggest problem I had. It was managing people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense because like as an entrepreneur, like going into real estate, like we don't really think about trying to acquire management skills, right? Like
Yeah,
we just like want someone to be on the same page and understand. And a lot of times uh it takes like developing management skills to find the right people to know, like, their
100%.
strengths or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think but I think eventually, like, once we understand that that's also a skill that needs to be learned, we can develop that skill.
I think one of the biggest skills that needs to be learned, honestly, because especially when as you start making more money, you start doing business with other people who have large businesses, and you
Yeah.
got to learn how to work with people and build with people
Yeah.
without the ego getting in the way.
Oh, yeah,
It,
yeah.
it, it's hard when when you got LeBron and Kobe playing on the same team. They both
Yeah.
want the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got to learn how to manage that.
Yeah, that's so true. So after the real estate, what other education did you get into? Like, as far as like the what other books and stuff?
So it's funny, right? So real estate, like I said, I started off with fixing and flipping. I moved on to wholesaling. That's how I got cool with Rafael Vargas. I ended up paying him, I think it was 25 or 30 grand for education.
Yeah.
And the first one I did, I got ripped off. The second one, with Ralph, it was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
It took my business to the next level. And then through that, not only was I wholesaling, I completely stopped fixing and flipping. We started all full in on wholesaling at the end of 2018.
Yeah.
Bless you. We went full in on wholesaling, right? And we were able, we were closing 6-figure months. We were making anywhere from 100 to 120,000 a month in 4 different markets.
Yeah.
And that went well up until 2020. And in 2020, during the pandemic, right? At that point, I had already acquired some rental properties. But I realized that I wanted to start diversifying into other
Yeah.
things, you
Yeah.
know? Um, I realized in 2020 that it was like our business was still running good, but to be honest, I really wasn't like, the money wasn't the issue. I wasn't really happy.
Yeah, yeah,
I still felt like I had a job. I had to show up to an office every day.
yeah,
So I knew I wanted to make, I wanted to go from business owner to more like investor type. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And so what I did, right? I invested into a trucking company. Me and my partner Levi, we started a trucking company. I started investing into different coins as far as cryptocurrency goes.
Yeah.
I invested in a forex hedge fund with Rafael Vargas as well. And the biggest thing, honestly, is I would always have people hit me up, and I used to do this thing. So I had to. Not only did I have an office in California, but I had an office in Tampa at one point
Mm.
too, right? I had moved from Cali to Tampa, and what I used to do, I didn't used to do any like crazy, like big seminars,
Yeah,
or I didn't
yeah.
have a course or anything like that. What I would do, because I would have people ask me a million questions on Instagram. What I would do, I'm like, yo, if you're in by my area, come to my office.
Yeah, yeah,
$200 an hour. You could just come see
yeah,
what I do.
yeah,
People would come and they'd get to actually like no shit, see like behind the scenes what I'm doing,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Um, so then when I closed my office, I decided to run completely virtual, right? And it was a great time to do it too, because the
yeah,
pandemic happened.
yeah,
I was already unhappy with having an office. So it was almost like perfect timing, right? So what ends up happening is, I had a lot of people hit me up like, yo, are you still doing that $200 for the office meeting? Are you still doing this? Are you still doing that? And I was like, yo, I actually don't even have an office anymore, you know?
yeah.
So people were like, oh, you should drop a course. You should do this. You should do that. And so the office, it was crazy. My whole staff caught COVID.
Oh shoot.
And then we just never, and then they just never came back. And this was around, this was about a year ago. This
Yeah.
was June. This is June. So, and this was when you remember 2020, bro. In the middle of the year, people were still like crazy about COVID, bro. Like
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's a little bit calm, but before it was like, oh shit, like stay away from me.
Yeah.
So we were like, no, nobody's coming in for the next 2 weeks minimum. And then in the process of those 2 weeks, we're like, yo, we realized people are still closing deals. Like our business
Yeah.
is still running. And then we just decided, yo, you guys never got to come in again. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
closed the office down. So that was June. It was almost a year ago, and people still starting to reach out. Yo, can we come to the office? When are you doing the next event? When are
Yeah.
you doing this? And I'm like, yo, I don't really want to do events at my office anymore. Like we're in the
Yeah.
middle of a pandemic, so I decided to start working on a course.
Nice.
So from July all the way, I worked on the course from the beginning of July all the way till October,
Yeah.
to the end of October. So I think we launched on Halloween, right? So on
Okay.
Halloween we launched the course. You know, and from it's crazy. I think this is one of the biggest things that I'm really like happy and proud of when it comes to my business, bro. From October, from Halloween till present day,
Yeah.
the people who bought the course, if you combine all of their assignment fees, they've closed over $1 million in assignment
Oh,
fees.
nice.
And like,
Nice.
we got people that are like 21, 22, 23-year old,
Yeah.
like pretty young cats doing it, bro.
Yeah.
So I think that's really dope. I think that's one of my the things I'm happiest
Oh,
most with,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
accomplishments. Because it's not my accomplishments. It was me being able to help other people accomplish something.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, that's because a lot of people think that they don't have that they can't do it. They think that it's too hard of an obstacle to get into real estate, especially if like if they start to like if someone first like looks at real estate, it almost becomes like very difficult, especially if they have no like financial background or no education. They're like, man, I don't even know how I'm going to start in this. But I think, like the way you started was you just I think you were like led by like faith or something, and said, hey,
Yeah,
if something's leading me in this direction, I'm just going to follow it and see where it leads me.
100%. And I think you have to have, I know there's a lot of people out there who are more analytical. I'm not the
Yeah.
most analytical person, which is, it's good and a bad thing. But it comes to a point where you have to have faith, not only that there's a greater plan, but faith in yourself, because the
Yeah.
more you believe in yourself, the more you're willing to do things. And the more
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
you do, you might fail at 80 of them, but that 80 of one time, that's the one that takes you off. You just gotta
Yeah.
be right one time. You
Hey,
only have
so
to be right one time.
So I have a question. So I know with like the wholesaling, like it's really got the game's changed from wholesaling, because I remember back in the day, like they would say, well, you have to drive around, find houses, distressed houses, And now when I hear people talk about wholesaling, like everything seems like it's digital. Like they're able to screen cities and they're able to find these properties like crazy. Uh, how would you suggest for someone that maybe they want to get into your course? How much is the course? This
Well, right now we sell the course for $997.
okay.
It's $997.
So let's just say someone wants to get into the game, right? And how would you suggest them to find properties right now, like without
I'll tell
having
you,
all the tools and all the resources to do the texting and all that stuff? Like
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Look, what's the name of your podcast, bro?
it's massive action.
Massive Action. Look, for anybody who DMs me Massive Action, if you do have anybody interested, I'll they could get the course for $497. Just because I'm a guy that goes off of energy, bro. I love your energy. I love the way you I love the way you putting it out there, bro. I love the energy. Let's so I'll give you the breakdown right now. I don't hold anything back, bro.
Yeah.
This is low. This is because look, it's simple. The thing about wholesaling is that it's simple. There's only so many ways to do it right until you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is what I use. This is exactly what I do. So I use PropStream, right?
PropStream.
PropStream. That's a software.
Okay.
Yeah, you could get it for 7 days for free. If you go to jaysbetterdata.com. jaysbetterdata.com.
Okay.
So what PropStream is back in the day, right? People would, and I know you've been doing real estate for a while, right?
Yeah. So just a little bit. So I never really got into wholesaling.
Yeah.
My thing was like buying and holding. That was just my thing. I was like, if I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna try to find a property that I know that has a lot of equity in it. If I can buy it, I can hold on to it. I'm trying to play the long-term game, right? And so but a lot of people have like asked me about wholesaling. I'm like, shit, I don't really mess with wholesaling. That's not my thing, you know. But yeah, I've been doing some real estate for a while now. So the prop spring, that prop stream.
Stream.
Okay.
Yeah. So for anybody who wants to go get a free trial, right? I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. But for a 7-day free trial, you can go to jaysbetterdata.com. So check it out. Back in the day, right? To get your information, you had to be cool with a real estate agent, or you just had to see what was on the MLS.
Okay.
Right? Because only agents have access to the MLS. So what PropStream is, it's basically a nationwide database that uses MLS data and also uses county data. Some things that happen with the county don't go on MLS
Texas.
and vice versa. So it uses both. So what I do is let's say I'm interested in doing Corpus Christi, right? Let's say I'm interested in wholesaling there. What I do, and it's tedious, but I go zip code by zip code, right? And I look at where the most cash transactions have happened. Because more times than not, the average person isn't going around buying properties in cash. So it's most likely an investor.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So I see where the most cash transactions have happened, or I go see where the most flips have happened. I go see when somebody bought a property and sold it in less than a year.
Yeah.
And I see where the most of those are happening. And you can pull all that data on PropStream, right? So then I take those zip codes, right? I go zip code by zip code of that area that I want to analyze.
Yeah.
And I see the ones that have the most cash buyers and the most flips happening. Okay. Because supply and demand, right? I don't want to go to a place where there's no demand for this. So boom, I get those zip codes, right? With those zip codes, I then go ahead and pull data, right? Because you could buy people's data online. So you can either pull data from PropStream itself, or you could go to places like ListSource. List.
Okay.
LIST source. You could go to places like ListSource. You could go to Flip This Real Estate List. There's a bunch of different data providers.
Yeah.
The Chicago, and I pull list, but I try to think of a problem in mind, right? So let's say, for example, I pull a list of people who have, bad credit, low income, but they have high equity and they don't live in the property, right? That person's a person who's most likely willing to sell, right? Because there's different factors of motivation.
Yeah.
So I pull all those lists and then I basically stack the list, right? So let's say I pulled a low credit list, I put a bad income list, absentee owner list, and
Oh, dang.
tax delinquent list, right?
You can pull all that data?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So let's say I pull all four of those lists, right?
Yeah.
I stack them together and I see which people are on multiple lists. And then I
Mm,
organize it from there. The people who are on multiple lists to the people
yeah.
who are only on one list. And I market to them via cold calling, via text messages,
Yeah.
via ringless voicemail, and just things like that. And that's how I do
Nice.
marketing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so man, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. And see, I never really got into the I mean, the wholesaling part of the business. I guess the reason being is because I never really understood uh, that part of it. You know what I mean? Like like that work of it, because I've always found houses like whether it be someone I know or just driving properties, find, finding distressed properties. But that makes a lot of sense to do that. And
Yeah.
so, do you have to have like an LLC set up, or you can just do it in your name to
I mean, it's
start?
like with anything, right? There's a right way to do things, and I mean, if you're on your last few dollars and you don't want to spend money on, incorporating, get a deal, get it. It's like, technically you can buy rentals under your personal name,
Yeah,
but it'd be better to buy it under the business.
yeah, yeah,
Same thing with wholesaling.
yeah. So, like on the assignment, it'll be like, for example, it'll be like Stan Medina and Associates, or it would be Stan Medina and what?
So what I do, so I have two different contracts.
Mm,
I have the A to B contract and then the B to C contract, right?
yeah.
So let's say you're the ones selling the property. I get you under contract for 40 grand. I get you
Okay.
under contract for $40,000, right? That means you agree to sell me your house for $40,000, and then I find the buyer who agrees to buy it for $50,000. So I
Yeah.
got one contract with you, and I got one contract with them. It's two separate contracts. I got the
Okay.
buy contract, and then I got the assignment contract, and then
Mm,
I send both those up to a title escrow company. If I don't know if Texas title and escrow or if it's an attorney, but whether either or, you either send it to the title escrow company or to the
yeah.
attorney, and you just basically wait to get a check.
Nice. 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 I see. Man, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. So are you still doing a lot of wholesaling deals, or you moved over to mostly training
No,
and mentoring?
we still actively wholesale. I just found a better way to do it. It's funny. I
Yeah.
always tell my platform is called the Better Way because I always believe this. I believe this, bro. I believe that you got to figure out what success looks like for you,
Mm,
because if you don't know what success looks like for you, you'll
mm,
be chasing somebody else's version of it.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
That's pretty powerful.
yeah, so for me, right, I knew success didn't look like, for some people, they want to
Yeah,
be in an office managing a bunch of people. That's what success looked like for them. And
yeah,
I thought I was chasing that. And then when I got there, I realized I didn't like that. Right.
yeah,
So what I do now, right, I have some of my best students. I took two of my top students. They both have their own companies. They're all doing 500 over 500,000 a year. And what I did is I told them, listen, I'll provide the leads because I'm amazing at getting leads. That's no
yeah,
problem. I just didn't want to build a whole new team from the ground up.
yeah.
Right. So I basically contracted these two teams. I provided them the leads. They closed the deals. So before, when I had in-house employees, I'd pay them 10%.
I see what you're saying.
Now, when I contract them, I pay them 30%,
Yeah,
which is a lot more. But guess what? I don't do anything.
yeah, yeah,
And the peace of mind from, I'd rather make 500,000 not doing anything than make 1 million and be miserable.
yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So basically, you said, you know what? Instead of having my employees, let me find some actual people that want to do the deals, because they're going to be more committed. They're going to be more driven to do the deals, and I'll just get a smaller percentage, but still, it's better. It's better than having to manage all these other people and
Exactly.
getting them motivated every day and like
Yeah,
rallying everybody up.
exactly. Exactly.
And that's pretty tight though, because like now, like you can scale that out. Like you can scale it out, all over. Like you can
Yeah.
scale your people.
So that's what I did. I mean, of course, like with anything you do, with any venture you do, it comes with its own hiccups and whatever that you still have to iron out or whatever the case is. But
Yeah.
I do a lot less, and my peace of mind for me is priceless.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't put a price on feeling great.
Hey, you said you gotta figure out what success looks like for you, right? You hear
Yeah.
me? Uh, when did you have that epiphany moment that you discovered that? Like Like, where were you at in life, or where were you? That's a powerful.
It
That's a
was,
powerful. That's a powerful. And you said one. You said two things that are very powerful. You said you gotta find what success looks like for you, and you said I truly believe like this is what it is. Like you truly believe what you're doing, what you truly believe in what you're doing. Like you're not just winging it. Like you truly believe that. So it's conviction.
right.
How long ago did you come across that mindset?
Man, it was September. It was the end of September.
Yeah.
The end of September 2020, bro. I ended up losing my grandfather. My grandfather passed away,
Sorry.
and at the time, he was at that time I was going through a lot, bro. I was going through a breakup. My grandfather passed, all in the same time period, you
Yeah.
know. And I realized, like, this is what I realized right here, that when I was in the military, I would always be like, damn, I can't wait. I can't wait till I'm out the military so I could I could just go see my family whenever I want.
Yeah.
And then I got out the military, and then I was spending so much time in the office that I still didn't go see my family whenever
Yeah.
I wanted, even though I had the ability to, right?
Right.
So I always related to this, right? My boy Levi, he used to be vegan, right? My partner. And he don't care about the animals, bro. He still wear fur coats. He didn't go
Yeah.
vegan for the animals. He did it to be healthy,
Yeah.
right? But then we went to Ecuador for a week, and he couldn't find any vegan food, bro. And he didn't eat for like 3 4 days.
Yeah.
That's not healthy,
Yeah.
right? So you got so caught up in how you were being healthy that you forgot to be healthy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that, like, damn, I got so caught up in doing this that I forgot what the original goal was. The original goal was freedom.
Yeah.
I forgot what success looked like for me to begin with,
Yeah.
and that's when it really hit me.
Nice, man. That's nice. That's a powerful statement. I think it really comes down to to start off with that, right? Because
100%.
start off with what you think is successful. Because if not, you're gonna be chasing all these shiny things, and you're never gonna have that fulfillment. When maybe to be fulfilled, it's not that difficult to achieve.
Exactly. There's some people that success for them is taking 3 flights a month. You
Yeah.
don't got to be a millionaire to do that.
Yeah.
But then you over here trying to make millions to be able to do that. But you didn't even have to. You didn't even have to
Yeah.
do that. To take 3 flights a month. You know what I'm saying? You could have been fulfilled a lot sooner.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, man, man, we definitely gotta stay connected. I'm definitely gonna link some people up with your course, and I'm definitely gonna reach out to you because I want to know some more about the Jay's Better Data and the prop stream to see if we can maybe find some deals in my area right here. And
Hell yeah.
and
The thing about wholesaling, right? It's funny. I try to find out. This is what people. I don't even like saying I got a wholesaling company sometimes. I
yeah,
usually tell people I have a property acquisitions company
yeah,
because that's what it started off at. I was when 'cause I started off fixing and flipping, right?
mhm,
And I hated having to go through a real estate agent to try to get a deal because
yeah,
most agents suck. Let's be
yeah,
honest. Right? And on top of that, when I went through a wholesaler, I said, damn, I'm paying them 10, 20, 30 grand. So I learned how to wholesale so that I could find properties for myself. That's
I
what
see what
people
you're
don't
saying.
realize.
Yeah,
Because when it comes to everything about real estate is getting the right house at the right price.
yeah,
If you get the right house at the right price, you could wholesale it, you could
yeah.
rent it, you could fix and flip it, you can Airbnb it, but nothing happens. You don't even have a conversation unless you have the right house at the right price.
Oh, nice, nice. That's right. You know what? Because I remember when I first I went to like a Robert Kiyosaki. Was it Robert
Yeah,
Kiyosaki?
yeah, yeah.
One of those seminars in Brownsville. And I remember when I went, man. That guy's name is Lee Escobar. I think he was from up north. I don't know if you ever heard of that dude, Lee Escobar.
No,
He's a pretty cool. He was an older dude, but I remember when I went, I was just asking him all these questions, dude. Like I was like the only one asking questions. But but after that, I was like, man, I'm gonna get my realtor's license, and I was online doing the realtor's license for a couple months, and then during that time, I was like, man, you know what? I don't even need a realtor to write a contract. Like I can write my own contracts. And so that's when I said, man, you know what? I changed the game and went after properties myself where I got them under contract and stuff like that. But hey, Jay, man, I appreciate it, man. Where exactly are you located at? You're in Miami or where?
I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami now. My residence is in Miami, bro. But I be everywhere, bro. I'm all over.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I like that. Hey, man, let's stay connected. And what's the website on your course? Or where can they find information on the course at?
jaysbetterway.com. But
Okay.
it's gonna have the regular price there. So like I said, if you get anybody that comes from this show, bro, I'll show love to your audience, man. They could just DM me,
Yeah,
jay.monopoly on Instagram. I'll make sure I show love, bro.
man, I appreciate it, Jay. And if there's anything you need out here in Texas, man, reach out to me and I'll help you out, man. Whatever we can do.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's get it, man. You
All
got
right,
my
brother.
personal number, bro.
Yes, sir. Later, brother.
Peace, King.